Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing that cold read like I said we would, but this time I'm gonna be reading it how it was meant to be read. So, at the end I'll tell you what the play is and everything about it, and the characters. So yeah, enjoy!
We were both sleeping in chairs when she died. The nurse came in and found us like that. It must have looked like mass suicide. She woke up Artie first and told her.
Thank you.
The next day, Mom and I had our first real fight.
It started over the wings.
She wanted to burn them.
I didn't think that was so unreasonable.
I found out she'd been burning things all morning. Anything that was evidence of Dorothea's eccentricity, like she'd been a witch or something.
I'm not saying she was a witch.
Then what are you saying?
Will you just give me the wings?
I can't believe you burned all those things. You even burned her books.
For God's sake, they were books on levitation.
They were hers.
They aren't anymore. I just don't want her to be ridiculed. That's all. Her memory. People will be coming. Relatives. For the funeral.
Put these things away then. They won't be looking all through the house.
Of course they will. It's her estate. They inherit things too. My brothers are all coming.
When?
Tomorrow. Some of them. They're looking forward to seeing you.
I don't even remember them.
They remember you.
We could put Grandma's things in the garage. We could put them under something.
Your Uncle Bill is bringing his whole family. His wife and 2 girls.
What if we did that? What if we put her things in the garage?
The girls are just a little older than you.
What are we going to do with Grandma's things?
I don't care. I think you'll like your Uncle Bill. He was always my favorite brother. They have a very nice family. They like you to live with them.
What?
They say they'd be very pleased if you went to live with them.
Whose idea was that?
Mine. They're a very normal family.
I don't want a normal family.
I'd be bad for you. I've always been bad for you.
You have not.
You could try it for just a while.
No, you said you were staying.
I was wrong. I thought I could, but...
What's wrong with me?
Nothing.
Then why do you keep leaving me?
Echo.
Why?
I used to teach you wrong things. Do you know that?
What do you mean? When?
When you were little. When Dorothea was with you every day. Waggling those gosh dang letters and cooing. You loved it, of course. You with your superhuman attention span. The 2 of you got along great. So I taught you wrong things.
Wrong things?
I taught you wrong names for things. When you were starting to talk, I'd point at the floor and say ceiling. I'd point at the door and say window. And you'd smile and say ceiling and window. And I began to hope if I could just retard you a little.
Retard me?
Just a little, just to be normal. I thought if you didn't seem so bright, she might get disinterested and leave us alone. But she didn't. She noticed you were mixed up on 1 or 2 concepts. So she sneaked around until she heard me telling you your hands were your feet. She accused me of intellectual child abuse. That sounds ridiculous, but it was true. I actually was angry at you. For picking her. For wanting her more.
I wanted you both.
You couldn't have both. You got her. She was better for you than I could have been.
Do you really believe that? Do you?
Yes.
How long do you want me to live with Uncle Bill and the girls? I'm taking these. I'm taking everything of Grandma's I'm taking everything.
All right.
Did you love me? When you left me with her?
Echo.
Did you?
Whether I loved you then or now.
Did you love me? Do you?
Yes and no. It's always yes and no.
My cousins' names were Whitney and Beth. I sat between them in the car the whole way home. It was obvious they'd been told to be nice to me. They asked about my clothes. They said they loved them and wanted to know where I got them. I said I didn't know. Then it was quiet for a while. Then Beth asked, "Where did you buy those wings?" but Uncle Bill broke right in and said, "Your mother is very well thought of in her field. You should be proud of her." Then it was quiet for about 100 miles. Then Whitney said, "If you want, you can wear my clothes." Then we were home.
I moved out of my old room and into Dorothea's room. The next day, I moved from Dorothea's room to a guest room. A couple days later, I moved down to a sleeping porch. That was a little better. I planned to go back home after a week or two of tying things up. But the day before I left, I turned around and...
Hello.
What are you doing here?
All my stuff's in the hall. Where do you want me to put it?
Where's your Uncle Bill? Where's...
I left them.
Why?
I don't know. We were all going to Whitney and Beth's lacrosse games, and I just left.
I'll go call them.
Tell them I'm staying here.
You are not staying here. You are not.
You said you loved me.
I said yes and no.
But that means sometimes you love me. Sometimes you do, don't you?
Echo.
Sometimes you do. And if I work on it enough, I can get you to love me more of the time. Most of the time.
I'm calling your Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill hardly remembers you. You know that? I asked him what you were like as a little girl, and he couldn't even say. He remembers Grandma even less. He didn't have one interesting story about her, about Grandma. They don't have a single picture of her either, not even in their minds. To them, she's just a woman who lived a big, embarrassing life. They all think they've saved me just in time. Not just from Grandma, from you too.
They never said that.
They don't have to. So I started wondering if they weren't right. Maybe the smartest thing would be to forget you completely. And Grandma. After all, what did I ever get from the two of you except a good education? You especially. What were you ever to me except a voice on the phone now and then? And I looked around the new room I was staying, and it was real nice. And blank. The way a thing is before you put time into it, I thought I could live a whole new life. I could invent a whole new me. I could be Barbara if I wanted to, not Echo. I could fit in. I don't mean I could become like Whitney and Beth. I'm not that crazy, but I could become like Robinson Crusoe and adapt myself to a strange and harsh environment. I could live in a kind of desert. I could even flourish like you have. I could live without the one thing I wanted, but I kept hearing your voice. That voice on the phone, hiding behind spelling words, making excuses, are so energetic sometimes, so wishing. I don't even remember what you said, just the sound of it, just the sound that said, "I love you and I failed you." I hate that sound, and I will never settle for it because no one failed me. No one ever failed me, not Grandma and not you. I'm a prize among women. I'm your daughter. That's what I choose to be. Someone who loves you and someone who can make you love me nearly all the time. I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to prepare you for me. I'm going to cultivate you. I'm going to tend to you.
Do you think I'm a garden?
Yes, and you need work. That's it.
All right. Okay. Let me turn on my video. Alrighty. So let everybody turn on their videos so we can all chat.
So, the play is called Eleemosynary. And it is a mother and daughter. They're both very stubborn, but the daughter is more sensitive. And, I mean, yeah, we kind of got the character a little right, but the first time, but we put more emotion into it this time. And so, you could probably tell a change. I felt a change in the way I was acting it out. But yeah, so thank you for watching my video. Please go watch my other videos, and enjoy. Bye.